Hi, Debbie. How are you today?
You don't have a headband on today.
No, I've been really into headbands, but I knew you would make fun of me, so I took it off, actually.
I thought they were adorable. They reminded me when you're a little girl. I think I still have like the first headbands you wore when you were little. I don't know. Okay, yes, I'm a hoarder. I admit it.
A little bit of a hoarder. But that kind of ties into what we're going to talk about today, which is how do you turn your house into a happy home? So like hoarding makes you happy.
Oh, I'm not a hoarder. Come on.
I know, I'm kidding.
I'm sentimental for sure. I mean, how do I make my home a happy home? I love being surrounded by things that make me smile. Mm-hmm. So I love having photos of my family, my kids, and my grandbaby. And I love art. I'm into ethnic art, so I love having Philippine and Thai and Burmese art in my home. Mm-hmm. And I like color. Yeah, so that's how I make my home happy.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Marla Wong.
I'm Debbie Wong.
And this is Real Times in Real Estate with the Wong Real Estate Group. And today we are going to discuss making your home a happy home.
Nice. Yes.
Okay, so you love art and color and your family, like photos of family, memorabilia. Mm-hmm. So, having space to have all that makes a happy home for you.
I believe so, absolutely. And I love design, as you can imagine. We get a chance to see some really amazing homes on a weekly. So I'm always changing things up, especially when it comes time to market a property. That's how your dad knows that we've got a new listing, is because oftentimes the lampshades are missing.
And then I get the call, do you know what your mother's doing? She's like changing all the light fixtures and painting. And it's like, okay.
Well, yeah, I think, I think today people use their home as a fashion palette, so to speak.
Especially like nowadays,
Well, yeah, if you're going to be at home for 24/7 staring at the same walls, it might as well be your favorite color.
Like, good luck trying to get appliances at Home Depot, which is like what I did. Like, I remodeled, and of course, like everything was on back order, but it's,
Yeah, it's crazy times, but that's why a lot of the websites like Joss & Main,
Wayfair. Wayfair has like a TV commercial for like the first time ever.
Yeah. So, and they make it sound so easy. Yes, just order, clicky, clicky, click. And then all these wonderful things come to your home to make it look homey. But yeah, I think, there's fashion for home. I mean, there's like they have something called the color of the year. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't think it's been announced yet, but the 2021, the color was this really beautiful tone of peach, like a peach tone. It was really deep peach, almost like a sienna. Yeah. I don't know about this year for 2021 though. I guess we'll find out soon.
You've been talking about like tangerine. You're like,
tangerine,
I'm so in love with tangerine. And I'm like, okay, you go, because you have style. Like I don't. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to copy what Joanna Gaines does and that style, I guess.
Yeah,
when you have your own style.
Well, the cool thing is that style and fashion don't have to be expensive. I think the internet has made it available to everyone at every level. So when you walk into Target, for example, the store is well lit. Yeah. It's beautifully displayed, and it's Target, right? We're talking about Target.
You know what I love too is like a lot of stagers like lately have been using Target stuff. Like I'll look at that and I'll be like, I have that. I got it from Target, and that makes me feel good about myself. Like my home is also stylish. So, yeah. I don't know.
Well, but there's a lot of really great websites that are affordable. Of course, everybody's heard of house.com, and there's All Modern, there's West Elm, and of course, Restoration Hardware. So everybody's trying to, the internet gives everyone this power to really consider different things and try different things. And it's not too expensive to do that.
So like before, I'm not trying to date you or anything, but like before the internet, like how did people have style for their houses?
Well, there was beautiful magazines, and the magazines are these beautiful magazines. Not only are still in print, like Architectural Digest for one, to name one.
Oh, you still get that, yeah.
Better Homes and Gardens. They also have the online version. So there's a whole new generation of stylish people that are checking out these magazines or periodicals online as well. So people would study design and color, and I think it's just a matter of creating your own taste. Like, for example, and not really necessarily having to follow any type of rule. I think what we've been seeing is that there's a very bohemian type of vibe where it's okay to mix and match periods of furniture and have different patterns as long as they're in a similar color palette. But you can have plaids with polka dots and florals, as long as they complement each other and it's pleasing to your eye. Honestly, if you're not trying to sell your home, it's okay to just have your home the way you just want it. That makes you feel comfortable, that makes you happy to come home to. It's a place that you can enjoy, you can feel safe, and just chillax after a really long day. Or even if your long day is just spent on the computer, just turning off the computer and putting that little slide thing so that nobody can see you in the camera.
Are you talking about the like the camera lens blocker?
Yeah, camera lens blocker. Yeah. You gotta have one of those.
Funny story. We got one of those from our marketing team. And we were like, what does it do? I just play with this? Like, what is this? And I had to email her to ask. It was embarrassing. And she was like, well, you put it on your laptop so people can't.
But the funny thing is that I wasn't the only one that had that question.
What does this do? Is it like
what is it?
We tried to shove it in the micro USB port. Like, is it a USB? What is it?
I thought it was a memory stick. I go, this is a weird memory stick because there's like a hole in the middle with a slidey thing.
Why does it do this? This is like new technology. You have to research this.
I was cracking up, and I thought, well, I think if you're going to give someone a gift or ask them to consider it, I think you should say what it is.
Yeah,
I think that's a good lesson for me.
Don't assume that people are smart.
Well, just because I didn't know what it was doesn't mean that I'm not smart.
Oh, you're right. That's true.
It's just that I'd never really thought about that. There are some people that are.
And then we were in love with it. Like, oh, this is so amazing! It's the best ever.
I know.
We need this with our logo on it.
Yeah, so that we can give it to people. If they work from home, if they're going to get up to go to the bathroom or to the kitchen. You're not
wearing pants on a Zoom call or something.
Everybody should wear pants.
At least sweats.
No matter what. Okay, if you're on any kind of call on the internet, please wear pants. Because I had this training thing, a coaching thing. And I think we had several participants and someone stood up with no pants. So I thought.
Were they wearing underwear at least?
I don't know. I looked away because I was embarrassed for them. I thought, they had the nice top and, the makeup and the jewelry, and then they stood up and there was no pants. I'm going, whoa. Anyway, so that's another topic for another
here or there.
Podcast.
But I mean, I guess it is.
But if she had the slidey thing, she could have just slid it over and then, but now
the video,
you just mute and then click video so that just has the picture that you want to show.
Yeah. And it ties into our topic of how do you turn your house into happy? Maybe not wearing pants makes you happy.
Okay.
It's flexibility. That makes a happy house. Flexibility.
Sure. Yes. Mm-hmm. You should be able to do whatever you want in the comfort of your own home. Freedom. Yes. Mm-hmm. That's the American dream. Yeah. Freedom, the ultimate American dream, and owning your home.
That's true.
American dream, yeah.
Well, congratulations to everybody that purchased a home in 2020 or recently, or just owns their own home in general, because that's not an easy feat,
You know what? It really isn't. I think it's something that you should celebrate and that you should feel proud. It's really an accomplishment if you think about it. Especially where we live, where only 11% of the population can afford, let's say, a home over $2 million range. And there's not a large population of people that can afford in the $1 million range, because that's basically our average sale price. I think is for San Mateo is 1.8 million now, and I might even be too low.
Yeah.
So being able to buy your first house, however you get there, with help from family members or help of a trust fund, or you did really good in the stocks, or you have, what do they call the stock options? However you get there, it's truly an accomplishment that you should celebrate.
Yeah. Well, I wrote down some other benefits of turning your home into a happy home. You can evolve as a person, as a, Okay, let me clarify.
Let me clarify. What do you mean evolve as a person?
I don't know. If you're renting, you have you don't want to pay a pet deposit. you can have a pet.
You get more responsibility.
More responsibility. Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
You can be more responsible.
Yeah.
Well, which is true. Like, yeah, you're the one that has to like, make sure that if there's a leak, you fix it, or if there's termites, you get the termites taken care of. But also, like, if you want a dog, or you want to have a family, then you can do that. It's just,
I think
freedom,
it opens up the possibilities to having an enriched life.
You put everything so beautifully. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. I love the way you think.
Thank you for clarifying my thoughts.
No worries.
You're like my magnifying glass.
Oh, thank you, my dear. You're so sweet. The other thing too about evolving is I think
these are my notes.
Well, I was just laughing because I was thinking, when you want to make your home a happy home, you actually give it part of your personality. So part of you, a component of who you are, comes through in the home that you live in, or how you present it. And there's, I love coming to see people's homes and where they invite us in, of course, with masks and gloves and booties, all that kind of thing. But it's just wonderful to see the interpretation of people's and part of their personality. So, someone that really loves color, and there are some people that are really into, what do they call that, where they have like not very many things? Minimalism. I once saw this place. It was a fairly large estate, and it was super uber modern, but the person had inherited a pretty cool antique. And so the room was very austere, the dining area, but then it had this one giant hand-carved antique thing that was maybe 300-400 years old, like some type of, I think you would call it a chest.
They have so many names for
But that was pretty amazing. Yeah. And then the rest of the home was very, very modern. But then in the dining area, they had this gorgeous Eastlake period handmade crystal chandelier that was probably worth tens of thousands of dollars. So it's just like one focal point or one thing of beauty
or like
that they really enjoyed.
Loved.
That they took with them from home to home. Mm-hmm. So for me, getting an opportunity to get a glimpse of how people present themselves in their home and what they love best about it's really cool. It's a really fun thing to experience.
Okay. So what else is home to you? Like style, expression, freedom?
Well, I think also the ability to feel safe and to feel comfort and to just be relaxed. I mean, sometimes, after a long day or being on the road quite a bit, it's just nice, to get in your favorite pair of sweats and chill and, do like the Netflix monstrous,
binge watching.
Binge watching. I think a lot of us have been doing that of late.
I've literally watched everything.
Have you really? Well, now I'm into British shows, like the British crime shows. Those are pretty cool, actually. Mm-hmm. I love the scenery more than anything. I mean, the stories themselves are kind of been done, but I love the accents, like the Welsh accents, and I'm starting to differentiate between Welsh, English, Scottish, Cornish, and Irish.
Northern.
Yeah, so it's like really fun. I'm like, gosh, I never knew there was so many different types of regions.
British, yeah,
like
the Queen's English,
right? It's fun, but I love the scenery because it's so beautiful. It kind of reminds me of Pacifica and the San Francisco coast where I grew up, where I was born and raised. And the kind of the foggy days, but everything's lush and green, and it looks like really cold. But it's like June. So I love it.
Well, that's another aspect of home. It's like, scenery, location.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Like absolutely. Where you are.
Mm-hmm. Like having a view. And it's nice too to see past clients when I watch their posts, especially those that have purchased, let's say, like a view home, where that's what they're posting about. It's like, I'm home now.
Drinking wine with the feet up.
Yeah, watching the sunset.
Or the sunrise.
Or the sunrise.
Yeah, true.
But hoping not drinking while you're watching this.
No.
Drinking tea or water or coffee.
Usually.
Not booze.
Or hydrating.
Yes, hydrating after you've done,
Well, that's when I like to run is like that, so it's like everywhere I am, I have to be close to the ocean. I have to be able to see the sunrise. I have to be able to get outside like go hiking. That's home for me, like California, basically.
Yeah, most definitely. And not to knock our, friends and family that live in the Midwest. I mean, there's obviously some beautiful aspect there for themselves that they find endearing and long lasting, because many of them have lived there for many, many years. Like, Austin or something. It's a really hot place right now, Austin.
Oh,
yeah. Go to Austin. Yeah. I
Austin's
heard the shopping's really good there.
Well, yeah. And the food scene?
Yeah, the food scene I heard
So
is
for
really
me,
good.
like home is cooking and relaxing and eating with friends and family, or just my family right now. I miss my friends. Virtual dinners are fun. Virtual cocktail parties.
Yeah, I heard of somebody doing a virtual gingerbread house contest, which I thought was hilarious.
Because they had to do like a virtual open house tour of their gingerbread house. And it was so
And the funny thing is that this whole gig was done by people that are not realtors, so it was hilarious to watch.
And look at the features, and and they had they went all out, man. They had landscaping.
But I think
animals.
When they asked us to rank them, like I said, well, I only gave it 9 stars because not all of the features were edible. Like some of them were styrofoam. That was like
generous. I would take away more for that. Like in the Great British Baking Show, everything had to be edible.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a whole idea about a gingerbread house, is that the chimney, the roof,
you can make
the door, the windows have to be edible, right?
Yeah, totes.
And it's got to taste good.
Okay, I'm not that harsh. As long as it's like edible, not necessarily.
Well, styrofoam is edible.
That would be like bonus points if you had to eat it.
No. Okay, well, I don't think
because gingerbread's gross.
It's not. Gingerbread is delicious. Well, then you haven't had good gingerbread.
Maybe I haven't. Maybe it was a house.
Delicious.
Maybe it wasn't edible.
Oh, I don't know. Or maybe it was like a kit from that was like 10 years old or something. That
I don't know. I've never heard of anyone eating a gingerbread house. I think you just make them.
No, you're supposed to eat them. I think in the British days, didn't feed them to the dogs afterwards, after the hunt. I don't know.
You're making that up. That's weird. First of all, dogs can't eat gingerbread. I'm pretty sure they can't. They must be allergic to ginger or something. There's no ginger dog food out there.
Okay, you're probably right. All right.
But maybe they did eat the gingerbread house after Christmas.
Could be.
But it was probably really stale by then.
They probably made the servants eat it if it was like a British show.
But if you drink tea, I suppose you could dunk it.
You dip it in a tea.
Okay, there we go.
Tea saves everything.
Then that's how it,
That must be how, because I don't know.
Let's go with that. Anyways.
Yeah, the British baking show, I think that's probably the first time that I've seen a British show where they actually had some things that looked like it could be good to eat. Because I've been to England, but many, many years ago. And I remember the most fantastic thing about their dining scene was pub food. And it was just like bangers and mash, or
that sounds delicious though.
It's just hot dogs and mashed potatoes.
Oh, when you say it like that, then no.
Bangers and mash sounds like cool. Let's have bangers and mash for dinner.
Fish and chips was created by the Jewish community in London. It's Jewish food. I didn't know that.
I believe that. Yeah.
Because on the Sabbath you can't do anything, so you would fry everything the day before and eat delicious fried food on the Sabbath.
Nice. I love latkes. Yeah. Yes.
I learned how to make latkes, so I've been doing a lot of cooking. I gained some weight.
Nice. Yeah. Haven't we all? The COVID-20.
It's like the holiday COVID.
So that's what home is to me, and I'm really happy to hear that you have a happy home.
Thank you. I'm happy to hear that you have a happy home too. And so if you want to let us know how your home is happy, please message us, and don't forget to subscribe to our podcast and our YouTube channel. And we are very excited to hear from you, and we hope to hear from you soon. And that in the meantime, you stay safe and healthy and well, and that you have a happy home.
Until we see each other again, take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.